What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we're doing another experiment kind of video on Madden 21 franchise mode, and today we are going to be seeing if a team of out-of-position players could win the Super Bowl. I don't know exactly what I want to do with this team other than maybe just sim a season, see what happens. Maybe we can have some sort of ideas in the future, I don't know, but I'll show you guys the team in a moment. You could call this a filler video if you want, but typically filler videos are videos where I have no ideas. Okay, we have some merit there, but they're typically ones that don't take a long time. This one took me a long time. It took me like 2 hours because I had to look at which player I wanted to have at which positions, and I didn't want to just do like basic position switches and all that. You know, some of them are kind of like in-depth, like, oh, where do they, what do they do in college and whatnot. It's not the best. Let me know in the comment section below who you think I snubbed from this list, who should be on there at a certain position, or if I got a guy wrong, you're like, no, he should have definitely been this position. Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you have any ideas for these types of experiments, let me know. Also, I don't know if we got to 2,500 subs on the second channel, PK Plays, but a decent bit of you guys did sub, so I appreciate that a ton. And of course, if you're new to this channel, maybe leave a like and subscribe. I don't know, make a decision at the end. You can even dislike if you really want to. If that's your thing, do it. And then tell me about it on twitter.com/Jeromepkr. Because that's the team overall. 81 overall, 79-0 with 84D, was that? Okay, that's not bad. As far as quarterbacks go, I went with Logan Thomas as our starting quarterback. Mohamed Sanu is the backup. And then Taysom Hill because he's just not a quarterback. Haha, funny joke. Of course, with running back, there was a lot of different options, but I did decide to go with these four. I went with Tyreek Hill for the obvious reasons of speed and more speed. Lamar Jackson because, haha, Lamar Jackson's a running back, not a quarterback. Funny, man. And then Henry Ruggs just for a little bit more speed. There definitely are tons of different options. I could have went with Golden Tate is a decent one just because he's like not a super high overall, but because of his juke ability and his ball carrier vision, you could definitely do it. So could have put Odell there. What else? You have Keenan Allen, AJ Brown. I mean, there's tons and tons of options. There's so many. Could have put like Metcalf there. But as far as, what we did, that's what we went with. It's not, whatever, dude. Whatever. As far as fullback goes, we went with Cam Newton. There may be some better options. Like, I think there's some offensive linemen you could make the argument to go to fullback. But we went with Cam Newton just because I didn't want to put him at running back, but it made sense. And when I put him at tight end, he was a really low overall. So this is what we decided to do. Decently trucky, probably not looking super great on the blocking stats. Yeah, we'll just forget about that. But still, 63 overall is not bad. And then for wide receiver, we went with these five. Darren Waller is the #1 wide receiver as he is an absolute freak of nature. 6'6", 255 with lots of speed, great catching, good blocking. I mean, as a tight end, he's a mismatch nightmare. As a wide receiver, he is as well. We went with Christian McCaffrey, of course, one of the, if not the best receiving running back in the league. Put him at wide receiver, and he goes to a 79. Not terrible. Could have probably been a little bit better, but it's the way EA rated him. Alvin Kamara, who I would honestly maybe argue could be better than Christian McCaffrey as a receiver. We're not going to argue these things today, though. Is the #3. We go with the Dory Jackson, who I believe did play wide receiver and return man in college. And then Patrick Peterson, who I don't know if he actually was the same, if he played a little bit of, I think he did play a little bit of wide receiver in college as well. I think he even played a little bit in the NFL, like not, commonly, but I think he did come in for a couple of plays, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, these two, on the other hand, a bit lower of overalls, can't lie. Then for tight end, we went with these four. We went with Mike Evans, just for his obvious frame of work. Maybe a little bit of a cop-out. Larry Fitzgerald, who has been always a huge upgrade from wide receiver to tight end in Madden franchise for, I don't even know how as long as I can remember, probably a decade now. I remember he used to be like an 89-ish overall in Madden. He would go to like a 95, 96 at tight end. Still, this isn't as bad. I mean, it's not as good, but it's not that bad. I think he went from a 79 to an 84. Eckler, who is actually a really high overall, considering not really built for tight end, but 76 overall. I mean, we've done it in the past. There's another video we did, top 10 overpowered position changes, and Derrick Henry was like a 60 overall tight end, and he's obviously way more built for it. And then Jason Peters, of course, he's had countless amounts of MUT cards. I don't know if he had one this year, but Peters could have done one for Donald Penn. I don't even know if he's still in the league, but it is what it is. Then we got a little bit more fun with offensive linemen. I went with an athletic, strongman, J.J. Watt. Why not, right? Why not? And, of course, we went with a little more traditional, who could have also been put at tight end, Mr. Lane Johnson. Maybe this is who we should have put at tight end, but it is what it is. I mean, cool, man. Aaron Donald, I feel like he deserved to be in this freaking video just because he could probably play like every position in the league. As far as guard, Tyron Armstead, super beast at the combine. Very fast, makes sense at guard. And then Elton Jenkins, a guy that has played pretty much every position on the offensive line for the Green Bay Packers. And when ranked at tackle, I believe he was the #1 tackle for some weeks. So absolutely nuts. Now we go for pass rusher. Defense is a little bit more odd at some positions. We really didn't have a great amount of names to choose from for pass rusher. So I went with some of the safeties and linebackers that have had good success blitzing. Jamal Adams at left end, 77 overall. Baker at 76 overall. And then right end, Devin White, who is actually a very high overall at an 81 overall. Defensive tackles, we went with Patrick Ricard, the converted DT, who was playing fullback for the is playing fullback for the Baltimore Ravens. Mekhi Becton, I know he's not actually a 55 overall. I did upgrade him a little bit, but huge frame. That's pretty much it. Same with Trent Brown, huge frame, really low overall. Isaiah Simmons, this one's a little bit more obvious because obviously he literally is kind of a hybrid type. Where can he play? Where can't he play, I suppose? And then looking at linebacker on the inside, Jeremy Chin, makes sense. Same with Derwin James, makes sense. Then we go with cornerback, Tyron Matthew, I believe drafted as a cornerback, played like a year, maybe 2 for the Cardinals at corner, and then moved him to safety. Same with Budda Baker, I believe he was also a cornerback for the Cardinals, and then converted to safety. Both moves worked out pretty damn well, can't lie. Minkah Fitzpatrick, another guy that was playing cornerback for the Dolphins, and then moved over to safety. I believe the reason why they traded him is because he wanted to play safety, but the Dolphins wanted corner. And, of course, Steelers are like, we will take any sort of defender you have available. Damaris Randall, kind of another random choice, but decent safety for the Browns, played cornerback for the Packers. Don't know why. The thing is, though, he was drafted as a safety, and then, of course, the Packers, as usual, converting safeties to cornerbacks, put him in a freaking cornerback, and then now the Browns are like, you know what? You could play where you're supposed to. Richard Sherman, this is probably something you will see in the future, him playing safety. Solid zone corner, of course, and, of course, getting on the older side with that age as well, so makes sense here. And then Kyle Fuller, a guy that we always had in our overpowered position switches, of course, with the age of Mr. Fuller these days. He doesn't really fit that bill as much, but, of course, the zone coverage way higher than man. Deion Jones, super fast, playing safety. Julio Jones, these ones weren't as useful, but they were kind of fun because we have seen the things that they have done in late game situations, and of course, with Metcalf chasing him down. You want to say, of course, anymore, buddy? Kicker punter, I didn't really care. I don't know if there's some specific player in the league right now that I should have put there, but they're all going to be low on kick power, so at the end of the day, it would have been more gimmicky rather than actually productive or efficient, I suppose. Let's go to the playoffs and see if this team can even make it. Probably not a great idea that the Jets were the team we chose, but I figured the Jets basically fielding a team, I wouldn't say out of position players, but maybe out of job players. Like, they shouldn't be in the NFL. That's why I didn't change Adam Gase, because he's out of position as well. Shouldn't be a head coach. Wow, funny, man. Of course, 9-7. They made it. They've done it. Little surprised by that. I thought with that overall, and obviously the lacking at key positions like quarterback would have definitely hurt the team, which it did, I would say. But 9-7 for, there's nothing really special about this roster. Yeah, it's a pretty good roster. It's just the quarterback position's a little low. But Logan Thomas, 4,100 yards, 33 touchdowns, 17 picks. That can't be the worst in the league. That's not bad. Tyreek Hill didn't really get a chance to run as much. Lamar Jackson, of course, Logan Thomas had some decent yards as well. Cam Newton got to play suck it Ruggs. McCaffrey, 1,100 yards, with 11 touchdowns. I don't know what the average yards per reception usually is, but 15 is not bad. Mike Evans at tight end, ironically enough, even though it should be the biggest mismatch ever, is the first time he has not hit 1,000 yards in his career on a season, which is insane. Darren Waller with tight end numbers at wide receiver. He was the number one guy. Chimera, 478 yards, 4 touchdowns. Lamar got a couple of catches. Larry got some. Tyreek got some. And that's pretty much that. Hey, at least Eckler got one, right? He got involved. Aaron Donald. Well, actually, no, I think he was a center, so that's not that great. Centers usually give up like 3 or less in the game at least. J.J. Watt, I have seen worse. And I'm going to be honest, if we look at across the league, there probably was worse. Let's see. 17 for Fant, 17 for Dennis Kelly, 17 for Wynn, who's actually a decent overall. I mean, some of these guys are pretty decent overalls. Say what you want about J.J. Watt. He held it down. My boy J.J. Watt is a god. Looking at the defensive side of things, Derwin James with 125 tackles, 8 sacks. Maybe we should have put him at damn pass rusher. 4 interceptions. That's defensive player of the year numbers, in my opinion. Let's take a look at those sacks, though. Adams with 15 and a half. 11 for White. This is crazy stuff. We've had it so many times. You look at all of our rebuilds, these numbers probably are in the top 5% of all of our realistic rebuilds for players that are actual pass rushers. This is actually insane. Durham with a nice season. Ricard 5.5, not bad. Mackay with half, he got involved. I like to see it. Pick totals, this doesn't really matter as much, but there was only, what is that, 9? Jesus, numbers are hard. Of course, looking at the kicking, hey, you stop it. You stop it, which you're, of course, we're not doing this today, even though we have all video. Man, it's worse than saying like 100 times. Kinda. Is it? Kinda. Looking at MVP, I'm trying to also see if there's any differences, because obviously we will see a little bit of differences, because teams, have different players playing at different positions because we took them. Derwin James, Defensive Player of the Year. Almost Defensive Rookie of the Year. Quarterback, number 5 for Logan. I like it. Running back, not on the list. Look at these Browns. Oh, we got to have 2 guys. 10 and 1. Sweet, man. Receiving, McCaffrey at 5. No one else. O-line, Tyron Armstead at 4. Lane Johnson at 8. And J.J. Watt at 10. Could you imagine? Adams at 2, White at 5. That's probably the biggest surprise for me in this one is the fact that these guys on the edge put up almost 30 sacks, and they're safeties. That's ridiculous. As far as anything else goes, not bad. Not bad at all. I don't... should we go in the game and watch it? Let's take a look. 81 to their 84. Kind of want to see different positions. We'll watch like a little bit. Not a lot, just a little. Or we'll play a little bit, actually. Instead of watching it, we'll play. Snow game. That's what this team needs, of bad quarterback and... Okay. Some of the numbers may be off because obviously there were duplicates. Couple of number 11s. Wow, that is bright. It looks like a Christmas matchup. Green versus red. We missed hard there. Chin, don't just please stop looking at our numbers, okay? I changed a lot of them. So you have Simmons, Adams, Mackay Becton, Patrick Ricard, and Devin White. Devin White, get over there, Chin. Good job. Devin White actually getting off the line pretty fast there. Impressive stuff. This is probably what I would run on defense if I had this squad. Give you the best chance to stop the run, which, of course, isn't doing... Is Le'Veon Bell actually wearing number 36? And I know it's Le'Veon, but Le'Veon sounds cool. Isn't there a jeweler called, like, Le'Veon or something? Le'Veon Chocolate Diamonds. That should be cut from the video. Could you not? The amount of hitting, of sticking breaking is unbelievable. We come with all-out blitz. I mean, let's be honest. We're going against this freaking team. Is that... That's Deion. It's Deion Jones. Like, playing against this team in general is tough, and that was a stop. That is quite interesting. There's a legitimate chance to get off the field here with an out-of-position team going against... Get in there, you idiots. Like, okay. I don't know the reason why EA does that, but if you're committed, right? There's the word committed. You know, it's not a great word because sometimes it's attributed to other things of committing. You kind of have to go, right? Like, you can't, oh no, it wasn't a run. Let me go back and try to catch. I did not change Evans, though, which is really disgusting. But you can't go back and say, well, I'm going to go cover that streak that's 30 yards on the field. You are committed. And look at this. Tight end to tight end. Evans is already gone. Oh, my Lord. We had to sim a little bit ahead. I did not think he was going to burn. To be fair, it's a pretty big mismatch, right? I mean, that route running mixed with the speed is quite filthy. This team has basically no chance to win, by the way. Lamar Jackson at running back. Not really a whole lot different here, right? Funny. Look at Lamar. Lamar's actually so fast, though. It's ridiculous. Should be illegal. It would be nice to get the ball to, like, Kamara. Oh. Don't you pick that. I was going to say pick it. Holy crap. How the hell does he get to that? And he reaches for the score. No way. That's actually insane. Logan Thomas with the strongest arm of all time. Of course, Logan Thomas, the current Washington football team tight end, did get converted from quarterback to tight end from the team. Who the hell grabbed him? I can't remember. Bronk? No. Was it the Cardinals? It was the Cardinals. But I've seen enough, so here we are. Let's see if this team could somehow do it against the Chiefs. Of all the teams in the world, I mean, they got actually a chance. They actually got a chance. Do they? Okay, I mean, that chance is kind of gone. Kinda. Yo, this much of a shot. I can't even call it timeout. Look at this. Look at this game. McCaffrey. That's a really good throw. Logan's kind of a god. I mean, it's the Chiefs, right? Like, if it was some random team, I probably wouldn't care as much, but it's the Chiefs. I don't want them winning again. Kamara, just got to go with a rack catch. I think that's the best choice because you really need to get out of bounds on that one. Got to take that. That is a tough one. And almost intercepted. Deep attack. I need somebody to win their damn route here. Somebody win, please. Catch this. He caught it and got out of bounds. That's a field goal. That's a field goal, baby. All right, defense gets the stop, I think, right? Oh, hell no. Now, we what? What happened? The Chiefs are like, we don't even care. We're just going to do it again. Oh, my. Like, you're not going to stop them forever. You got to at some point, right? And why wouldn't you go to Larry Fitz here? The Cardinal connection. Obviously. Still going to throw like a pick six to lose it or something. Oh, my. Like, you know, come on. It's not that hard. Like, now it's harder than before, but it's still not that hard. Tyreek Hill to the outside. That is a bit of a throw. A little bit high there. A little far anyways. Didn't throw a pick yet, though. And just like that. They won for the 50-yard line or so. Deserved, clearly. I didn't help them one bit. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get them to the bowl. Let's get them to the bowl. Ah, the Browns, GG. GG Jets. Yeah, as you would expect. We'll find out who wins this Super Bowl, but that was a fun one. That was actually kind of fun. I don't know if we could do something with this in the future. Of course, I did. Oh, Marco. The Cowboys do win here. Interesting. But I did have to do a lot of the changes in this actual franchise, of course, with the salary and injuries. The regular rosters out in the main menu, you can't really use them, so you have to come in here and change positions to kicker, punter, trade for them, change them back, do all that stuff. So if I have to make any new players, because obviously there are some guys that are going to retire / regress, I'd maybe have to do a new roster. I'm not sure, but I thought it was pretty fun. I thought it was a pretty decent one. We actually got a lot farther than I thought we were going to. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. Second channel, PK Plays. Twitch.tv/Jeromepkr. Stream likely tomorrow. Could be one tonight. Take a look at the community tab later tonight around 10. There should either have been something or will be something if I'm going to stream. But Saturday night is likely when I'm going to do so. And then twitter.com/Jeromepkr is where I tweet things that are sometimes funny, rarely edgy, but not really rarely edgy, but sometimes edgy. And that's pretty much that. There will be a video later today. You know there's already going to be at least 2 tomorrow, and then probably a rebuild on Sunday. Regardless, thanks for watching. You made it to the weekend. Most of you, some of you may work on the weekend or whatever it may be. So give yourself a round of applause. Enjoy your weekend. And that's about it. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see